We're facing the most perilous times I've ever seen in my life right now. In fact, you'd have to reach out to 15 years before I was born to find something similar to what we're facing right now. That's when the World War II ended. So, and even then, what we're facing may be far worse. I mean, in World War II, the United States took on two adversaries on two different sides of the world and fought them and won. At that time, we were the world's manufacturing center. At that time, we were the world's oil producing center. We were the Saudi Arabia. We were the China. And there were no nuclear weapons. And there was nothing bad going on here at home. Right now, we're facing civil strife, possibly civil war. We're facing World War III scenarios in 4 different adversarial lands with Iran, with North Korea, with China, and potentially this thing going on in Europe, in the Ukraine theater. I'm trying not to take sides on that one, but guys, so yeah, you may need to be hiding, running for your hidey holes soon, my friends. Your bunkers, like the critters out here know to do. The governments around the world are telling their people to do that, but ours don't tell you squat. Be happy. They tell you overseas to get radios. Over here, everything's fine, hunky-dory. So, it's not. But don't give up hope. That's my main message for this video, is don't give up hope. There are things that we can do in the face of all this adversity. But probably one of the worst problems we face, far worse than even the potential of the overseas civil strife, it's sleeper cells. Sleeper cells are what worries me here at home more than anything right now, immediately. Sleeper cells, by attacking our critical infrastructure. You remember what happened to that train derailment in Ohio just a couple of years ago? Think about train derailments all over the nation. Think about our power grid going out. I've talked about in the past how that could cause worse than elimination of 9 out of 10 people in a year, according to the EMP Congressional Task Force. And I can also explain why it's actually worse due to the spent fuel rod pulls or nuclear power plants, and the fact that farmers really aren't growing the food they eat. They're growing market food. There's just a lot of things factoring in this today. The young people today don't have the skill sets our ancestors had back in the day when we had World War II, when everybody had victory gardens. Now they're telling people, don't garden. You got homeowners associations and various things trying to keep people from gardening. I say you need to defy those and garden anyway. But the sleeper cells are very, very worrisome. I've talked about that many times. I will talk about it some more and go into some more depth on it. But when you look at it all, you got to consider there's still hope. You know, why are we poking the bear? Can we try not to instigate the tensions, the strife? What can we do not to instigate it? I mean, we shouldn't take things. Well, why are our forces all over the world provoking other people? Maybe we need to bring some of them forces home, save some money. Our budget is devastated right now as a nation. I've been digging out here quite a bit. Check all this digging out. Holy smoke. Lots of digging right here. So, something has been, these sleeper cells got me really worried, guys. Seriously. So think about this. Think about what we can do personally, besides just getting prepared. The fact of the matter is, the funny thing is, a lot of the people that's come over that a certain party is taken for granted, there's a hidey hole, that might always be in their league, are turning against them. People are discovering values. And even people coming in this country, you know, they might discover that there's actually some value here, even though people here don't seem to see that. Maybe we need to work on people here seeing that. I've often taught that love is the answer, really. As I've often said in a lot of my videos, as light dispels dark, love dispels hate. It's kind of hard to get to that point today. We may already be too far gone. But if you can lessen the impact of things to come in any little bit, it can help. consider this. You know, everybody's human. Even those that hate us are human. If you can find their humanity and reach out to them in some fashion. So, at this point in time, until such hostilities begin, anytime you see somebody, if they're from another country, if you think maybe they intend ill will, be nice to them. Be good. It might shock them. It might challenge their world belief, their world view. It might challenge it. Just be nice to them. Reach out to them. Try to talk with them like a human being. It might change a few hearts and minds. They might start seeing wisdom in other things and other ways. Because we're played. All of us people all over the world are played against each other, including them. They've been played too. They've been played, you're being played, I'm being played, we're all getting played. It's time to stop the games. It's time to see if we can reach out person to person and start breaking some of this stuff they've set up between us. So just reach out and be kind, talk to them, be nice. You know, open the door for somebody. And if they look like they want to, but be situationally aware. I mean, if somebody looks like they want to take you out, they may. So you need to be very situationally aware in this. But, you know, there's good people. I always say there's good people from every country, from every land, of every race, religion, creed, from every town, city, shire, county, state, however you want to divide it up. Every neck of the woods. There's good people from anywhere. There's also bad people. But I think that by and large, most people down in the core really want the same. So for sociopaths and psychopaths, and they're all in the government or the tops of corporations. That's where they like to go. So that's what we got to watch out for, my friends. So consider the one thing you might do that's a little outside what other prepping channels are telling you is to reach out to these other people if you can do it safely. But be prepared to protect yourself at all times, no matter where you're at. I do not advocate violence, but I advocate self-defense. Defend yourself, defend your family. And be sure, because if the grid goes down, guys, it may not come back up. If they take out enough of those high voltage transformers, it could be game over. It could be game over for our lifetimes. It could be a wreck for this nation. So be ready for that. And here's another thing I think we're dealing with. I think we're dealing with a lot of dynamics. I think we've become weak as a country right now. There's that old adage that hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. We're in hard times. We had the strong men. The strong men were the greatest generation, the ones that went through the Great Depression and World War II, like my dad. Somewhere along the way, we've lost weakness. Now, if you follow the philosophy of the four turnings, then they make it sound a little more complex, like there's 4 generations involved in it, not 2. But it's still a process. There's a cycle here that we go through. What is the cycle? The cycle, is it 2 generations, 4 generations? How long does it take for all these things to transpire? Well, we see that we may be in a mega downturn. There's just so many things coming at us at one time now. It may be a mega downturn, a mega hard time. But you'll never give up hope. That's why I say reach out and try to see if you can turn a few hearts and minds. But you got to kind of put in their worldview for a little bit. You know, don't just do it entirely from your worldview. If you walk up to them and just tell them everything right off the top, what's on your mind, you might have them putting shields up. You want to get into them and talk with them and have a conversation. You know, it could be a two-way learning situation in reality. You might make some friends like you've never had before. You just don't know what you might come up with that. And so this is a little different approach. You don't normally hear this on a prepping channel. Do your regular preps. Keep your gas tank full right now. Don't ever let it go below half full. Start getting your long-term food storage. Buy seeds. Seeds are going to be worth more than gold when all this goes down, guys. Buy your seeds. You can check out my links to True Leaf Market for seeds. You can go to prepwithgreg.com for your long-term food storage. There's plenty of things that you can check out in my links below. Coming to you here from the Kingdom of the Walnut, as I typically like to refer to this, because the area around the walnut is like its own little ecosystem. So that's what I refer to as the Kingdom of the Walnut. So Just walk here through the woods. And one thing you can do for yourself is get out and have nature walks whenever you can. Even if it's only 5 minutes. It's good for exercise and it's good for your soul. In these trying times, it can put your mind at ease. I happen to know this is a skunk hole right here because I can kind of smelled it in the past. So being out here, might put your mind at ease unless you get sprayed by a skunk. That would probably change your dynamic a little bit. Or jump by a mountain lion. Stay situationally aware, my friends, whether you're in the woods or in the jungle of mankind. It's all the same. In the woods or the jungle of mankind. Right now I feel a lot more comfortable out here in the woods than I would in the jungle of mankind. There's a lot more to be concerned about where there's a lot of people. Watch yourself, don't be around large crowds. Anyway, my friends, here's a walnut right here. Look at that. That's because this is also a walnut tree right here. You see that bark? Oh, we got another hole. That one looks pretty fresh. Oh yeah. A lot of little hidey holes out here. This is Critter Central out here. And it's Vinland for my Viking friends. This is Vinland. Big time Vinland. Major vines. And so I come once again into the kingdom of the walnut. There's the big walnut tree. Grand tree. This one looks like a squirrel nest up in a tree up there. Anyway, folks, subscribe to my channel, bang the bell and click all. Thank you for watching. Greg out.